Hello everyone, Scotty White of World Combat Sports. I'm in Atlanta, Georgia at Holly Rock Boxing and Fitness, and I have the pleasure of speaking with the promoter and the coach, owner of Holly Rock himself. What is your name, sir?
Henry.
And what is your name, ma'am?
Dionysia.
Can you tell the fight fans a little bit about the card that you're putting together tonight that's going down on 17th November here in Atlanta, Georgia?
It's a tough to put up a fight is not an easy thing. It's just very, very tough. It's seeing some boxers backing out at the last minute and putting you on a very serious tight corner, and you have to work like crazy to make sure the thing happens. And that's what we're doing now. I believe that God, who helped us to come to this point, we are going to pull this off.
What motivates you, sir, to throw together a fight card down here near the holidays in Atlanta, Georgia?
Because I believe that the youths in Georgia need a career. Instead of killing themselves and fighting on the streets, that's one of the aims of the gym, is to make sure that they don't bleed on the street, right? They come sweat in the gym. And then so many people too, not just boxing, just so many people who are who's supposed to go work out somewhere, they don't have too much money to pay. That's what I'm trying to do to see. And that's what I told CJ that made her to really, really have a passion. That we can have a bigger place where women that are big, who don't have nobody to help them, who are single moms and single dads, can come there and work out and be healthy, It's a blessing to be healthy.
And with that blessing, sir, you're providing a outlet for these youths down here in Atlanta. And it's been quite a problem for some time now down here. We're trying to provide them with other alternatives, such as gyms like this, to come in here and have a relief point. How's that worked out for you? Have you had the youth return and thank you, for allowing them this outlet?
Oh, of course. Since we started, all the youth that have been here, we are all friends. I never had one enemy. We always meet, and some of them come back to join back again. And then, because I want them to know that they can have a career doing boxing. They can be millionaire. They can do great things, just like Mayweather, Pacquiao, and Bernard Hopkins, all these great fighters. And that Georgia boys and girls can also have a career in boxing, instead of going out there to do some things that are not good, so they can come into the gym. But we try to also mentor them and share the gospel with them and let them know that God is good.
Absolutely, God is good. And how long has Holly Rock been in business?
The name keeps changing. It's been since 2004. No, 2005.
Okay.
Yeah, 2005 we've been in business. Yeah, we moved from place to place because nobody's helping. When the money becomes too much, until God brought us here, the landlord here is so nice to us. And she gave it to us a little bit cheaper so we can be able to handle it.
Can you tell the fight fans where is the location of the fight card and a little bit about the card itself? How many fights are going to be on the bout?
It's going to be a fight club in Brookhaven or Atlanta, and at Terry Moss gym. She has been a very good, wonderful blessing for us. And
what's that gym name again?
Buckhead Fight Club.
Okay.
Yes, that's where we're going to do it, and it's on Before Highway. Yeah.
Buckhead Fight Club.
Yes,
all right.
Yes. I think 335 something before the highway. And when you come to the shopping plaza over there, you will see Buckhead Fight Club. It's not hidden at all, so anybody can see it.
How many fights you gonna have on the card?
Maybe around 7 or 8.
7, 8.
Yeah, and then we have amateur fights too.
Okay, amateur and professional.
7 or 8 amateur fights.
Okay.
Good amateur fights. So it's going to be a real long night.
Okay.
Beautiful fights. Yeah.
All right, thank you, sir, for the interview. It was a pleasure dropping by your facility, Holly Rock Boxing and Fitness. And I'm not sure if you have social media, anything like that. Is there any place that they can follow you?
Holly Rock Boxing Gym.com.
Okay.
And you can also find him at Holly Rock Boxing on Instagram as well as Facebook.
Thank you both for the opportunity for the interview for World Combat Sports. Holly Rock Boxing and Fitness in Atlanta, Georgia, on the brink of a huge fight card this weekend. I'm speaking with Denicia, and what do you go by for those fans who haven't heard of you in the boxing community?
CJ.
CJ, can you explain how difficult the process is in trying to put together a fight card?
No. No, I cannot. There's so many aspects of it. You have your venues, licensing, insurances, your fighters, their medicals, contracts, seating, tables.
So the promotions basically handle the front door to the back door, basically,
Yes.
and everything in between.
Yes.
Okay, what is your background that allowed you to even think about something as large as this in combat sports?
I have no background that would support my participation in promoting a fight. I'm actually a Air Force veteran.
Okay, thank you for your sacrifice.
Yes, sir. You're more than welcome. And I am a salon owner, and how I even got involved in the boxing arena was getting this one here, some boxing training, so that he can gain some discipline.
It seems like he already have that discipline there, Denisha. He's up here working out on camera.
Elio cut me with a little scissors.
All right.
Elio.
So you're talking about a cut? I thought you was mentioning the cuts in your arm, those guns that you're working on.
How I got involved was getting training for him. And
Okay.
then I started training with Coach, and then just through getting to know him.
Hey, Denisha, I've seen you online, right? And you seem like you work out pretty hard. I've seen it. Can you tell the people that's sitting around that's looking to get in some type of fitness like yourself, tell them the pluses and minuses of getting situated and, getting the body acclimated to the workout routine?
Energy to do what you need to do throughout the day to accomplish your goals, to get work done, have enough energy left for the family.
Is diet a big part of your
Oh, yes.
energy?
Diet is a must.
What's some of your favorite diet that doesn't taste well, but you have to eat it anyway for the protein and the energy?
I eat from my diet are good. It's a matter of swapping out your bad options as
Yes.
far as oils and fats and sugars for the more natural and beneficial ones.
Talk about your business. You're a business owner and everything, and that's very important for people to know, especially down here in Atlanta where they are very big in salon and the fashion and, the movie industry. Tell the fans about that.
I am the owner and operator of Salon Joyer, based out of Marietta, Georgia. I've been open for 3 years now, going on my 4th year anniversary. And my specialty is natural hair care, extensions, and braiding.
Outstanding. That's good to know. It's always nice to meet business owners, especially black business owners. And as she mentioned to everyone watching this, she is a veteran, and Veterans Day just passed by. So happy Veterans Day to you.
Thank you.
How long you was in the military?
9 years, 9 months, and 14 days.
Outstanding. It's not for everybody to do 20 years and do retirement, but like I said before, it has worked out great for you, and you have your own business and everything. Is it anywhere that you want to tell your fans to go and follow you, or they want to set up an appointment down here in Atlanta, Georgia?
They can visit me at salonjoyer.com. That's SalonJoyer.com. If you Google Salon Joyer, you will find me on Yelp, Google Plus, Instagram, Facebook, Pinterest, Twitter, just about anywhere you can find me.
Denisha, it's been a pleasure. Thank you very much for stopping by. And I hope everything works out for the fight card this weekend. And it's a huge task for anyone, but with your military background, and also I heard you say you was a part of IT, information technology.
Yes, sir.
So that's going to all mesh together, and hopefully everything work out.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much.
I have the pleasure of interviewing a fighter, former Muay Thai specialist, mixed martial artist. Now he's turned to boxing. Can you introduce yourself and talk to the fans?
Yes, I'm Steve Hall. Really much more comfortable fighting than I am doing interviews, but I'm looking forward to a great fight on the 17th. Looking forward to giving the fans, something very exciting to see. Lots of fireworks. It's definitely going down. I'm very excited about this Saturday, this upcoming fight.
So can you let your fans know how long you actually been in the sport of boxing?
In the sport of boxing, I started as an amateur. I was probably about 19 years old. I competed in the Georgia games, a couple of other tournaments. Been training throughout a couple different gyms in Atlanta. So probably about 10 years, over 10 years of experience in the sport of boxing.
What initially gravitated you to the sport? You've been cross-threading from Muay Thai to MMA, now to boxing. What motivates you, man?
I've always just been very passionate about fighting. Martial arts, just going out there challenging yourself and being able to compete against another person. I think that boxing is a very challenging sport. Like, I think it's a sport where, you really get to know something about yourself. It really, challenges your determination. It's just something that I really love being able to be a part of it. Really very appreciative for everybody for letting me get this opportunity.
All right, no doubt. And that's good info to know. What I want to ask you is, for the fight fans that may be starting off and everything, what do you dislike about the sport as far as the rigors of the training goes and everything?
I think the toughest thing is sometimes just finding those fights and just being able to stay active all the time. Like, you want to just get out there and just be able to compete every other month or every month and just, get your record going. But sometimes, it's hard to find those fights and get those opportunities that you want. So it's awesome that we get the opportunity to fight on the 17th coming up for this show. It's an excellent promotion, and I'm very happy to be a part of it.
What weight class you fighting
It'll
in?
be a light heavyweight. That's 175.
So you fighting in 175. Usually the heavyweights have these aliases they go by. The hitman, heavy hitter. What alias that you go by, man?
They call me the striker.
Okay, you go by the striker. So, out of your technique, your arsenal, what is your most lethal punch? Your combination, your go-to technique.
I like to keep it a lot simple. I think laser precision, come across with that jab, come across with that cross. Just straight down the middle. That's where you're going to do the most damage.
Hey, that's good to know. Can you let your boxing fans know where they can follow you at on social media, man?
I'm on Instagram. I'm Striker Steve on Instagram. Check me out at Striker_Steve_. I'm on Facebook, Steve Hall. That's about it.
Okay, Steve, one last question. Kind of turning it over to the professional ranks of boxing. Is there anyone in the sport right now that you emulate your style off of?
I used to watch a lot of Roy Jones Jr. coming up, and as a young boxer, I used to always love his speed and love the way he throw those left hooks. And I thought he was an incredible fighter. I had the opportunity to meet him one time. It was a real honor.
So the fans might see a little bit of Roy Jones Jr. You just want to keep that a secret.
Hey, you never know what they might see out there.
All right, then. Hey, Steve, thank you very much for talking to World Combat. Right now, I'm in the ring with Jonathan JoJo Davis, a cruiserweight that will be contending this weekend in the square. Hey, tell them a little bit about what motivated you to the sport of boxing there, JoJo.
To be honest, what kind of pulled me into boxing was I remember going to my grandmother's house, and on her wall was a picture of my mom when she was maybe like 3 or 4 with Muhammad Ali. And, I'm the type of person that believes that the universe sets things up in certain orders for things to happen. And, what kind of gravitated me to it was the thought that, my grandmother, my mother could have taken a picture with anyone else, as well as Ali could have taken a picture with anyone else. But instead, my mother was chosen. So, in a way, the universe kind of just chose this path for me. And
Absolutely.
It was up to me to find it on my own.
Absolutely. That's an inspiration right now. A lot of boxing heads, purists, mainstreamers know exactly who Muhammad Ali was and what his activism stood for, back then, besides being one of the greatest boxers of all time.
Oh, yeah.
Now, speaking of boxing, can you let your boxing fans know how long you've been in the sport, what weight you're boxing at?
Let's see, I got into the sport, I want to say around like 2012. Yeah, 2012, when I was living in Vegas. A friend turned me on to someone who actually used to work with George Foreman's old manager.
Okay.
And I started training with them, and the trainer that they had me working with was someone that fought Tommy Hearns back in the early 80s.
All right.
So, I've been around pretty good talent. I just never had like the mental capacity, I got into it when I was young, living in Vegas. It's 24 hours. you can literally do anything you want to do at any type of day. So, you know, I didn't really have the sense to focus on boxing. So I ended up moving out here, and, you know, there's limited distractions, you know, so the only thing I can do now is just focus on boxing.
So you mentioned earlier what led you to the sport was, you know, you was out there on the road in the streets, but you decided to basically come to the sport of boxing and refocus yourself and dedicate to the craft of boxing. How's that been for you? How's the experience been?
It's been wonderful. I mean, it definitely helped with my decision making. You know, whether or not I want to make a rash or irrational decision. You know, I remember, you know, when I was living in Vegas, it was so easy for me to just go out and, you know, sell some whatever I got to sell, or, you know, do whatever I got to do, you know, to come home and eat. But, you know, a lot of development came with being a father. And, you know, there's things that I want to be able to give my child that, you know, my dad wasn't there to give me. You know, there's things that I want her to experience. And, you know, I've never been a school guy. You know, I mean, I went to school every day and couldn't even get a perfect attendance award.
Okay.
So, you know, all of the anger and frustration that I had, you know, I found a way to translate it. I tried football, wasn't really my thing. Baseball wasn't really my thing. But boxing is the only thing that I can just be myself in. You know, I don't have to impress anybody. You know, if anything, it taught me how to be a man.
You seem to be focused though. You know, now that you talk about your daughter, I see you light up when you talk about your daughter, and she's kind of got you in her focus. I'm not sure how old she is, but does she truly understand what type of sport Dad is in right now? That he's in the hurt business.
Honestly, I don't even think she knows. She'll be 5 next month. Yeah, to be honest, I really don't think that she knows what I do, and you know, eventually I want her to, you know, bring her into it, because I mean, she's for a 5-year-old, she's built like 8-year-old.
Okay.
You know, I want to get her into it, you know, and just, you know, like make it a family affair. But I mean, yeah, my daughter, I mean, she's the reason why, you know, after long days of work, I want to come in here and work, you know, work overtime. You know, if it wasn't for her, you know, I mean, who knows?
Is there anything that you know about your opponent heading into this fight this weekend?
No, and that's the only downside I have about, you know, fighting amateur. I mean, you don't really know what you're getting into. But, I mean, I look at it as it's a true test. I mean, if I can go into something that I don't know what I'm getting myself into and come out victorious, then I know everything that I'm doing here is paid off.
Absolutely. And, you know, you commended, you know, I commend you from World Combat Sports to being a sport that demands you to catch on pretty quickly, you know, because if you go in there and don't exactly know what's going on, you could get hurt seriously. But it's good that you have a direction now, and you know, it's what I'm here to do is build up your fan base, and it's a good thing that you're going in there this weekend to get that experience under your belt. Is there any way you can tell your boxing fans on where to follow you on social media?
You can follow me on my Instagram at itsthereal90. That's the only social media that I have for now. I'm looking to start a Facebook page as well as like a Twitter. But for now, you can just follow me on Instagram.
Fight fans, you heard it right here. Holly Rock Boxing and Fitness down here in Atlanta, Georgia. And this is Cruiserweight JoJo Davis. Voice man.